1300 01 1170 is the way to have your say. Our great guest is here for El Jana. We're down to 3 teams. We're down to 4 teams. Let me put my teeth back in. We're down to 4 teams, 3 games to go. And for El Jana, where charcoal chicken just tastes better, Matty Johns, good afternoon to you.
Sure does taste better.
Yeah.
Hey, Sugar. Hey, Fletch, how you doing, boys?
Yeah, MJ.
Yeah, the old next Johnny.
Yeah, tell me the next Johnny. I've got a pen ready. Brian?
Yeah, here it is. But don't you think, Matthew, it's the decoy runner. They've got a very important job, don't they? Very important
They're
job.
the one, mate. Always the decoy runner has to run. This is the important thing, is the person who's the decoy. You don't tell them they're a decoy.
Yeah.
You actually tell them, like, okay, you're going to get the ball here, and they will charge. Otherwise, you tell them you're a decoy.
Yep.
They'll go half-pace trying to preserve energy. So you've got to use them up. That's what forwards are for.
What's the play, though, Matty? Tell me what it is again, because I loved it last time you told me, and I forgot.
So if you set up like a block formation,
Yep.
but the sweep block sits on your below or behind your inside shoulder. So
Yes.
it's coming from depth. So if you hit him on a block shape,
Yes.
he'd be behind the receiver.
Yes.
So it looks like a block formation coming. And at the very last second, the cross runner, the decoy, drops under you, which makes the defence hold. And then you accelerate. And then he follows that line
through the
in
gate.
there.
Usually Robbie O
Yes.
just going whoosh.
Yes.
Yeah, I like
Whooshka
that.
through the gate.
Love that.
The same thing like people say about drop-offs. I was sitting the other night and who was it? Someone must have been one of my sons, any one of them, said to me, like, Dad, when Deltree Evans goes cross field and drops Hamole off, like, what's the best way to do a drop-off? And the best way is, I reckon defenders can only see, they can recognise 2 things. The person carrying the ball and who the runner's going to be. So if you're going to do a block, if you're going to do a cross shape, what you do is the moment you catch the ball, you dummy on the inside heavy, then you accelerate on the outside. Now, when you look on the inside, the defenders look on the inside. When you accelerate out, they panic and chase you, and then all of a sudden the third man comes underneath as the block is the cross formation, and they just go straight through.
Why don't they do it? Why don't more teams do it? Manly did it in Vegas, and Matthew and I were cheering because we said next Johnny was on. They went away from
Johnny.
it.
Yep.
Why don't they keep doing
Fletch, but also little things about deception. What happens is like defenders are very, very good these days. They recognise shape formations. So the one we used to do at Newcastle a lot of times, I'd say to Robbie O, mate, we're going to do it again. Now again is a block for us. And what I'd say to Billy Peden or Hertzie, I'd just whisper to them, mate, drop under me late. So what happens is when you present a block formation, to solve it, they chase hard from the inside. And at the very last second, you drop him under. And again, there's no one there.
Yeah.
You know who's really good at that late drop under? Britt Nickera from the
Yeah,
Sharks.
Yeah.
Mate,
You got to be quick.
He's
quick.
He's the best. He's the best hole runner in space runner in the competition by a long way.
You know the play on a pinch, and I love this play, similar to the DCE off the scrum, what Teddy's been doing down the short side?
Oh, with it, yeah.
That's a bit of a runaround play too.
That's an old Freddie move.
Yeah.
That's an old Freddie move.
I'm more interested, Matty, the what is it, Next Johnny? How'd you come up with that name? Do you remember?
Because Johnny, we had to come up with the name with Johnny. So Next was in Newcastle dropping off. An X play we call it Next.
Next.
You go Next or you go double Next, drop off, and then we needed a name for a parallel line, so we just called it a Johnny.
Nice.
Yeah, as opposed to a Jimmy.
Now,
Hey, Jimmy.
Matthew, my daughter Maya's on her muck-up day. I was wondering, back in your halcyon days, up at there at St. Teresa's of Cessnock, did you ever
St. Tessie's.
Yeah.
you ever get involved with a muck-up day? If so, how heckos did you go?
It nearly cost me my HSC because we were going through East Maitland McDonald's and we're going through drive-through, ordering copious amounts of food, and my mate would order something quite lewd, and then we go through, and it was a big joke. One day we did the same thing, and we came around, and there were people waiting in the waiting bay. So he came out, the boss of McDonald's, and took photos of us, then gave them to the principal. And, he called me in, and he was like, righto, Johns.
How did you go, Johns, at HSC?
Oh, shocking.
Like what?
Fletch.
What was it out of?
I tell you about it, Fletch, I don't even know the score. Don't even know what it was out of. So my last 9 months at school, I never wrote a thing in my exercise book. As opposed to these days with computers, everything was longhand. And I just gave up. I remember my maths teacher, Mr. Hill, we called him Captain Snooze because he looked like, remember the captain?
Oh, yes.
Captain Snooze on Australia, you're standing in it. Anyway, he got me and grabbed me and said, Johns, give me a look at your exercise book. And I looked and he goes, my golly gee. He goes, you haven't written a thing in that exercise book. He said, for a year or so. I said, 9 months, sir. He goes, you're on detention for the next 6 months till you finish school. On the other side, he goes, he said, I admire the fact you were able to hide. What an idiot you are.
The old exercise book.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And at the start of the year, you were frothing because you had it all new. You'd put contact on
there.
there.
You get the contact on. That was an art form.
And you would say, you know what, this year I'm going to keep everything neat.
Yeah.
And
That lasted a week.
That's right.
And remember, boys, the exercise book, you'd always draw the phallic symbols inside.
Oh, yeah.
One day, I drew a phallic symbol and my...
Just for our listeners, phallic symbol is a
A
mort.
mort.
mort stop. A penis, the man appendage. If it wasn't for that, none of us would be here. But we went there and I handed my thing over to Miss Orman and realised I'd drawn a penis in the front. Anyway, she grabbed me and she goes, what sort of person would desecrate a defenceless textbook like this? Someone from Cessnock, miss.
That's the Catholics for you. Yeah, that is the Catholics for you. Now, Matthew, let's talk about these games. Sugar's he's off his head.
Have you heard my reasoning, Matty, or not?
He thinks the Roosters are going to beat the Storm.
No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I did not say that.
You did say that.
What I said, no.
No, let me talk.
Okay.
Let me talk.
Well, tell the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
You said.
Tell the truth and stop pointing.
No, you said to
Do
me.
it, James Graham, and just, yeah, that's
You
better.
said to me, the top two teams, Melbourne and Penrith.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah, I stand by that.
Well, that's.
Yeah,
that's
I
what you
stand by
said.
that. I stand by that.
So which one is it?
No,
One. You said.
I'm saying everyone has declared Melbourne, Charles Leclerc, they've declared them, right?
Okay.
That they'll be in the grand final. But I've read this book too many times.
Okay.
It is not certain that both will be there. What I'm saying, the most likely one, Matty, is, and I'm not saying that the Roosters will beat them.
Where's that truck music? Beep.
No,
beep,
no. I'm saying
You're
this.
backing up on that.
No, what I'm
Like
saying.
Captain Snooze is
Can I
backing up on
speak,
the French
Brian?
Army.
Can I speak? I think, honestly, the Melbourne Storm and the Roosters are a flip of the coin. Here's my two reasons. It's 7 tries to 4 in their 2 games. About 5 of the 7 tries for Melbourne, there was a little bit of luck involved. The 4 tries, just about for the Roosters, were very well constructed. The other thing I'm saying is this, Matty. These days, and we've seen this with Sully on Anzac Day goes down. If your centre goes down, you get killed to pieces. We saw it with the Panthers versus Piakura. He had to go there, fill in. They got killed to pieces. The 2 times the Roosters have played Melbourne, one time the 40-year-old Michael Jennings was playing there. The other time Satili Tupanua was playing there. This time it is Joseph squared. I just think it's a flip of the coin. And this game, 9.5, what are you really gambling with? It's far too big. Matthew, thoughts?
Well, I tell you, Joel, if there's going to be an upset, I think, my opinion, this is the most likely. A couple of things Roosters got to do. They must win the yardage battle. Not just win it comprehensively. If you look at the Storm and how they play, if the Roosters just hold their hands up and it's an equal fight, 50-50 as far as yardage, Storm will blow them away. Because Storm have got like 4 or 5 focal points in attack that just drive through the middle. But if the Roosters can win the yardage, a couple of things, in my opinion, Roosters have to do. They've got to win the yardage. That's straightforward. The other thing is, when you play Melbourne, there's a 14th man on the field all the time. And that is the conditions. When you play football in Melbourne, so many people look at the tape and go, oh, look at the edges, there's plenty of room. You can't play around Melbourne in night football without at least off an offload. You can't put an attacking sequence in to go around them. The best thing, if I look at Teddy, right, and here's their best hope. Teddy going on sweep plays, on the edge. I reckon his threat is 6 out of 10. As first receiver, driving through the middle, the threat's 9.5 out of 10. So they've got to work out a way. They've got to structure the game plan to get Teddy through the middle. Now, the Roosters play their best football playing really fast and reactive. Now, you can't play the whole game like that. What you got to do is you set up attacking sequences just to disrupt the defence. And then Tedesco or Mano rip in and go at him. The first try from the Roosters the other night is the best example. Bit of broken play, and all of a sudden Teddy goes whack over the vantage line. The perfect ball playing for 2024. Past the markers, 2 steps a day, make him sink, and the outside Victor goes through untouched. Now that is their best chance of beating Melbourne. Playing fast, reactive football, but to do that, honestly, the forward pack from the Roosters have got to win at least 2 KO.
Oh, okay. But I just think the price is wrong, Brian.
Yeah, no. I hope you're right. I do hope you're right, and I just hope Melbourne are going to hold you down, and they do it so well. Penrith do it so well. Roosters can be a little bit too generous sometimes.
But Brian, the other thing is too, you've got to play the game. You can't tell me that Trent Robinson doesn't. They know the goalposts are shifted.
I know, but when they play, you watch the difference. Yeah. You watch the difference. Melbourne are kings at it. And
they
have been for.
You've got to cheat.
You have to.
You're right, Fletch. You've got to cheat in the rucks. And the bloke who kick-starts everything is Harry Grant.
Yep.
When you see the Storm start to win the yardage, he jumps out and it triggers everybody else. You've got to cheat. Not only for Harry Grant. Like I said before about Tedesco, like really good ball players, what happens is they need to drive past the depth of the markers. If the markers fade, the inside men aren't left exposed. And so if you look at like not just Harry Grant, but Munster and Jerome Hughes, Roosters have got to cheat in the ruck.
Yep.
So those blokes can't drive deep in the markers. The markers have got to relieve the big blokes who sit tight to the ruck.
And the reason why they have to cheat is because at the end of the day, there's 2 humans refereeing, Klein and Atkins. I don't know that for sure. Haven't looked.
Atkins got the Chooks game.
But they know that the public froth on a free-flowing game. They do that for Origins. We saw it with Adam G.
We'll do it for every other game.
No, but that's
Stinkville.
But every other game, they want to appease the bosses, right? They go the boss's directive. When it comes to this, they want to referee in a grand final and appease the public.
Appease this.
Well, Joel, what happens is they go in after the game, right? And what happens? Storm win 32-14, right?
Yep.
And they go, but you gave the Storm 8-6 again, and the penalty count was 10-2.
Correct.
It all of a sudden falls on the referee. Now, my argument all the time is about penalties and stuff like that. Is the team, it's self-imposed. However, the day after, as you said, Joel, they're only human. The day after, when they see in the paper, and people go, oh, mate, put your whistle away. Like, they're ambitious as well.
Of course.
Like, they're playing to be elevated. So that's what you've got to do. You've got to cheat. You've got to test their patience.
Matty, I actually like it, right? So a lot of people are off the bit. Why don't we do this all year? Why don't we do this all year? I actually like how we do it because if you did do it all year, the game would be a zoo. So they have to crack down.
And the ranked teams can't do it.
But you've got to crack down. You can't let them just run the roost. But I kind of don't mind in Origin and Grand Finals that we do get a bit
better
more
players,
better
skill.
Yeah, I agree. At the end of the day, Joel, it's like we're an entertainment sport.
Yeah.
So there's sometimes we've got to let things go. At the end of the day, like it sounds absurd, but who wins the grand final every year is not the most important thing.
No, exactly right.
Now, Matthew, I know, and you texted me before, and he said, please, can we talk about the Brownlow medal?
Oh.
And Matthew did. So, Matthew, here's the forum. Cripps, 48 points. What a year he's had.
Would not even know who he is. He could actually turn up at my back door and say, hey, how are you? I would not have a clue.
The Crips and the Bloods.
Brian, can you at least, like I've said this so many times, I've been waxing lyrically about my theory about the moronic way they officiate.
Oh, yeah.
You've heard it enough. Can you sell it to Matthew?
Boys, I don't even need to know about how they think. The stuff in the paper that they've come out with about like, mate, look at our crowd. It's only a matter of time till we take over. And oh my God, what a joke! Only people who do not understand the mindset of Sydney people would even say that? How would people know? Saying that from Toorak. When you go to us, like 48,000 Swans, hey, good on them, mate.
Yeah, great.
What, good on them. But if you counted faces, it'd be 10,000. Everyone is there to be seen.
Yeah.
There's people with their back turned to the sport. Mate, you go out to Western Sydney, talk to Panthers fans, talk to Tigers fans, talk to Dogs fans and say, what do they think about AFL? They wouldn't even know what the sport is.
No. Well said, Matt.
Please sell it to him.
Anyway,
Sell it to him.
Cripsy got him.
Sell him how they award
No, he
it.
doesn't want to.
Okay.
I don't even want to hear it, John.
He's going to get. He's going to
I
get.
just despise it. I just I don't like. I think the blokes who played are really good blokes. I think they are, and I do respect the sport. They're like incredibly.
Of course.
I just find the administrators and everything around it. They just rub me the wrong way. I find them naive, and I find them disrespectful of our city and our culture.
Yeah. I mean, they're not talking about Julian O'Neill pooing in Jeremy Slosh's shoe, are they?
Yeah. Or Danny Dolphin.
Correct. 25 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw this, but Julian O'Neill's come out and said...
Who's got the reins for this, Brian?
Our man, Bulldog RItchie.
Oh, has he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, mate.
Bulldog. Mate, if there's anyone who knows about pooing in a shoe, it's Dean RItchie.
It's Bulldog.
Mate,
Pterodactyl hands.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I remember him just dropping cables at St Pat's Tavern one night.
Oh, mate. Honestly, he was the king of Edgars. That's why mate used to wear a nappy at his HSC. That. I love Bulldog. He's
Now,
the best.
he is the best.
360 and 90s on. I love it. He's what entertainment.
Okay, here we go. Here, you blokes are a dead set joke. This is a text board. I don't know how you like texts. Sydney media frothing for a Roosters win. Next week, you'll all be waxing lyrically about how good the Storm are. No, I'm thinking the Storm are terrific.
I love the Storm. My younger bloke loves the Storm, so I'd love to see him get to see him in the grand final. I'm just saying it's a flip of the coin, Brian.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I worked at the Storm for a while, and my son played for the Storm. So jam that up your ass.
Yeah, that was
right.
from Hamburger.
That's right. Now, Matty, by the way, mate,
Damn you, Robbo.
Gosh.
Matty, by the way, Jabberjaw's here. He's been telling everyone about your Mad Monday for the Matty Johns show, where it is, what time. It's not that.
No, but this is we're men of the people.
But did you ask for his permission?
I know what he wants. He more the merrier.
Okay.
Loves
Mate.
it.
Joel,
he loves
you
nothing better than
understand
people.
about Fletch and I, mate.
Yeah.
We're people. We love people.
Yeah.
Honestly, the more the better.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as I get golf clubs off them or a barbecue
Mate,
or
honestly,
new shoes.
the Danny Moore.
I love
the Danny
anyone.
Moore.
Gosnose?
The Gosnose.
Yeah, the Danny Moore. Okay.
Danny Moore, the Peter Moore.
Yeah, the Billy
Let's
Moore.
talk about the other game. Let's talk about Penrith.
Manny Moore.
Can they cause an upset, Matthew?
Gonna be hard.
Sharkies.
Look, Penrith and Storm coming off a 2-week break, 2-week preparation, mate, hard to beat. And the thing about it is with Cronulla. Cronulla's most important thing is their back five. Their back five last week, I reckon, was the best yardage performance I've ever seen from back five. 100 carries amongst the five of them.
Wow.
Or maybe more than 100. But the thing about it is, mate, to beat Cronulla, to nullify Cronulla's yardage game, if you can stamp out their play 1 and 2, you're sweet. Now, what'll happen? Penrith will work the ball to around halfway. If anything from 55, 60 out, Nathan will put one of those satanic bombs up, and Will Kennedy, at best, will have to catch it on his heels. Squash that. They'll squash play 2. It is going to be such a tough night for Cronulla. And the thing about it is, too, with Braden. Geez, Braden Trindle, he's had a fantastic back half. I was going to say fantastic back half of the year. And, mate, last week, my brother came out and said I'd be worth 850, 900, given supply and demand. Well, I think that's a little premature, but if he comes out and does it again this week, mate, clubs will be going to the bank for a loan. But here's the thing, Fletch. They will given the week that Braden's had, it's a really big mental test for him. He's been patted on the back.
Hey, Matty,
Jay, we're going to have to.
Matty, sorry.
Hard out.
Tourist is waving his hand
Hard
like
out.
I thought he's saying set, restart,
Mate.
keep going. He's been saying for 2 minutes.
No, I was bet, you wouldn't believe what I was about to get
The
into.
Hamburger
Anyway.
just texted us.
Anyway.
He said he got
Anyway.
Trish and I, we're not going to talk about what we've been up to.
Oh,
the last
yes.
couple of days.
I'm
Anyway.
going to talk about chicken and El Jana. We've got to go.
heavy.
Thank you very
Latex.
much, Matthew. You either love it or you just haven't tried it yet. Thank you.